I mess up with the camera, cause it's always going wrong. Turn around. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's my favorite day of the week. Monday. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Let me know if you can hear me out loud and clear. What really happened to Jeffrey Epstein? We're going to get into it, you guys. We're going to get into it. Good morning, everybody. I see you, Batty, Jeffrey, Spilker, Brian. Who else up in here? Okay, I see you, Liberty. Real early, you're ready to go. Let's get this camera straight. Let's get this camera straight. That's right, everybody. I'm going to give you time to come on in as we get everything right this morning. That's right. That can't be already straight like that. Just got to pull it up just a little bit, huh? Okay, that's cool. So we just pull it up just a little bit, just a touch, a little bit. See if that's going to work for us today. We got to do a little bit of turning. Yeah, let's turn. Which way? This way? Nope, the other way, buddy boy. Still dealing with the gooseneck. But we got some stability going on at least, because it's drilled to the wall. Yeah, we did a lot of repairs over these last few days that we've been stuck inside. Don't just want to be stuck in here in the cold for no reason. So yeah, want to see some. I'm just going to go crazy with that side so I know that it's wrong. Because for some reason, it's like, yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. So now I could know what side I need to fix and how much. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you had a good morning, good morning, good morning to you. And that's how we gonna do it this morning, you guys. How y'all doing? It's Monday. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always told you, coulda went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all had a real good weekend. How was y'all weekend? Know y'all had a good one as well. I hope and I pray that you did. Want to start getting this audio. Okay, baddie. You know, it just pops out of nowhere. Something just tells me to move back and look at the camera, and it says, audio is good. Thank you so much, baddie. I appreciate that. Could good a little bit with the crookedness on the back behind his head. Let me see. So the back behind his head would be, and is that possible? Really? How? Oh no, you know what? I think it's the way that this phone is sitting. Ah, there you go. Got a situation where I got two monitors here, and sometimes that monitor over there sits crazy. So now I do see what's going on. I see it now. It's on the edge. I want to make sure the whole screen is in, because sometimes things get to the edge and I just want to make sure it's in there. That's the best that I can do, you guys. How y'all doing this morning? I'm ready to start the show. With no further ado. Okay, see, we got everybody coming on in. It's time to go ahead and start. Excuse me. First, I'd like to start with what? Something that we never end without, and something that we can't start without. Our morning prayer. That's right, you guys. We want to pray for security. We want to pray for good health. We want to pray for balance. Also want to pray for understanding and good measures with people. Want to pray for peace as well amongst each and every one of us, you guys. Also great health to ourselves, our families, as well as our animals. Who we praying for this morning? We got Brian up in the building this morning. I see we got Jamie in here. Liberty and Justice. Okay. Casey's up in here praying for my brother as well. Okay. Batty Lynn. Luigi. Who else? Jamie's up in here. Jeffrey Spilker, T Music, Brian Kings. Also, we got to make sure that we pray for the people that are not here. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. Okay, got to make sure that we pray for Miss Swanza, Sam Champion, Kendra Walker, Temnagen, and many more people that's always here. Amen. Let's go. It's time to get it in, you guys. It's time to work. Okay, y'all know where we going with it. It's my favorite day of the week. It's time to get to work, you guys, and it's time to go. Where you at? I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up, wind it up, wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock here right now. Come on, let's go. What time is it? I know it's 6 o'clock, so let's go. You need the wave? Okay. 6 o'clock yet? Okay, I'll wait on you. Okay. Ole, that's right, you guys. We got to open up those pores. We got a lot of follow-ups to stories today, but we got to get all this first. We got to open up those pores. That's right, you guys. We got to open up those pores. Open up those pores and doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. They ain't got nothing to do with it, y'all. Doom, doom. It's a group. Doom, 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 doom. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Doom, doom, doom. Y'all know where I'm going. Doom, doom, doom. It's my boys right here. Doom, 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 doom. I need you in. Only you. Why can't we make it happen, baby? I need you in my life. Jesus, the notorious just, please us with your lyrical thesis. We just chillin', milking, top billin', silkin', pure linen, me and little C's, Malibu sea breeze, dawn peas, palm trees, cats named Pablo, milked up Diablos, the silliest, bitches be the williest. The more I smoke, the smaller the Philly gets. Philly gets, Philly gets, Philly gets, Philly gets. That's right, y'all. Ha, ha, ha. It's time to start. Let's do it. Where we at? It's time. If pump that beat. It's Monday the 9th, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that and that. We be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. That's right, you guys. Got me lit. It is Monday morning. I can't wait to get it started. We got trending topics, current events, and so much more to get into. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Guess what? We got so much to cover. Trending topics. Yes, the economy. Trump, like you said, you can say that here. Say whatever you want, long as you don't beat up on the host. Let's just keep on moving forward, you guys. I can't wait to tell you. I've been following up on your emails. I've been listening. I see what you guys are saying. And guess what? We're going to start to go to these other platforms. I really appreciate you pumping that over here and sending me a couple of stories as well. Got a couple of ideas for the songs. Thank you so much for the doom, 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 doom. It ain't got nothing to do with 112. Whatever you got against P. Diddy, it has nothing to do with the groups, you guys, especially if they wasn't involved. Yes, you guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm turned up, I'm charged up. It's cold in New York, but it does not matter because we still have responsibility over here, and that's to make sure that you guys get this information before y'all get out of here. So before I do anything, you know what I'm going to say, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is let me know where you're chiming in from, what time it is, where you are, and also make sure that you try to stay on point because this way we have a great dialogue. And I always love to go and research different places that you guys are. Trust me, I do. Even though we got news coming in from everywhere right now, I make sure that I make that a point. Also, you guys, without any further ado, you know what it is. It's Monday. It's time to get to work. I know you guys got a responsibility to get to work, so I'm going to give you guys as much stories as I can. All I'm going to ask you guys to please try to stay on topic and try to stay on point. And with that being said, Let's get into these titles. Let's get to work right now. What do we have over here? We got Trump. What really happened to Jeffrey Epstein? Okay. What really happened to Jeffrey Epstein? Everybody's saying, oh, he's on an island somewhere. Believe it or not, I heard some people literally hit me in the comments and said that he was in another country. I don't know how much I believe that, but that's what they're saying. And everybody got something to say, but whatever. Also, we have enough information now to find it very questionable about the suicide possibility. So what really went on with that? How did it actually really happen? Hopefully they have more information on that. We got much more to get into. Also, we've got, why is Don Lemon, there you go right there. Why is he being applauded and praised for his actions? I don't see his actions as being applaudable or something that he needs to be praised about personally. I'll be honest with you guys. Let's keep on moving forward, because last but not least, Iran is in negotiations with the US. Are they stalling for time? Seems like that's what they always do. That's what Ukraine was doing. I'm sorry, Vladimir was doing in Russia. And it seems kind of similar to their tactics to try to slow down so that they can keep this other stuff going on and try to rebuild their caches. Don't know, but that's what I think. That's just me. You guys don't have to believe what I think. But guess what? We got to get into these videos and get to work. So without any further ado, let's go. Let's see what we got up first. We chopped up this video a few days ago, had a few pieces of it come in. So I got the last bit of it where President Trump was at the Super Bowl interview with Tom Lamas. I think his name is Lamas. And he says an exclusive with President Trump. Certain points that the president went over at the end of the interview, I wanted to make sure that we heard out.
Just, I don't know what the hell, where he comes from, but the numbers, the crime numbers in Minnesota, in Minneapolis in particular, are down 25, 30% because we've removed thousands of criminals from the area. These are hardened criminals that came in, many of them, most of them came in through an open border, and we've done a great job. But look at Washington, D.C., it's like a safe city. You can walk to the White House. You didn't have to take an armored vehicle. You could walk. Washington.
Good morning, everybody.
Look at what happened in Louisiana. I got a call from the governor. Right. Please do something with New Orleans. We went there 4 weeks ago. Crime is down 71%. Memphis, Tennessee, crime is down 80% after 5 weeks. And here's a big thing. Crime historically in this country, it's down at the lowest level it's ever been. And a bad word, murder. We've had less murders than we have had in decades.
Yeah, one more question on the Super Bowl.
And you know why? Because we're tough on crime.
The Super Bowl is this sort of rare time in America, right, where we're all united. It's a common experience. There's still divisions in this country, right? And Democrats will say it's all because of you. And then Republicans will say Democrats don't want to work with President Trump. They blame President Trump for everything. What's one thing you can do, really, to help Americans find common ground?
Well, you know, we're working on the Save America Act, which is going to secure up a lot of things, but secure up our voting. I think people would like to do it, and I think Democrats would too. You know, when you go to voter ID and you ask Democrats, it's polling at 82% with Democrats. I'm not talking about Democrat politicians. I'm talking about Democrats. We have to do something about our voting. We need strong borders. We need a fair press, which we don't have. And very importantly, we need the strong border, the fair press, and we need fair elections. We need elections where people aren't able to cheat. And we're going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get it done. And by the way, it polls, even with Democrats, they want that.
All right,
we should note voter ID rules do have wide public support, but the vast majority of Democrats on Capitol Hill oppose them, arguing that such rules would make voting more difficult for millions of Americans. Once again.
Okay, let's be fair. Let's get the whole message out. That's how we like to do it over here. Let's go. We got to get more work out for you guys. I got more from Minneapolis over here as the police arrest over 50 anti-ICE protesters. And the way that they're getting down right now, you guys, there's no reasoning for this. It's pretty crazy out there right now. No, I'm going to this first. I want to keep this going, because this is pretty crazy right here. I'll get right back to that afterward. Tell you guys what's going on. Right now in Minneapolis, we got it to the point where stores can't stay open. There's like a lot of back and forth and a lot of backlash actually happening. I don't think that the blame is being placed the right place though. I don't think the blame should be placed on ICE or Homeland Security. I think it should be placed on the people that's actually acting out and committing the crimes. Go in there with it. Let's keep on moving forward. I want you guys to see this.
Security warns of escalating attacks on ICE agents. The senior correspondent, Steve Harrigan, live in Minneapolis with the latest from there. Steve.
Kevin, that protest out in front of the federal building in Minneapolis turned violent after protesters were told to disperse. At least 42 people were arrested when they were told they had to break it up. Many began throwing bottles and ice at the federal agents. At least one agent wounded, one patrol car smashed up, one protester arrested for assault. In the meantime here, these daily protests are really taking a toll on the local economy, especially small businesses and restaurants having a hard time. Local entrepreneurs trying to encourage people to buy local, many saying that this is worse for businesses than even COVID was.
My co-founder and I stopped by a restaurant on our street and ended up filling to-go orders for them because more than 50% of his staff is gone, afraid to come to work for fear of being taken by ICE, even as U.S. citizens, even with work permits, even with the right paperwork.
We've lived through this before during COVID in 2020 following the murder of George Floyd, and we're living through it again, and this time it's worse.
Blame going the wrong
700
way.
ICE agents were pulled out on Wednesday. That still leaves 2,000 here. So far, no public timeline on when they will be leaving. Kevin, back to you.
Yep, no timeline on when they're actually leaving. I'm sorry, but they got work to do, you guys. We got something to get back into. Let's get into the economy and what's going on with that. Money, 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 money. Got a little bit of money to talk about right now. It's coming in a little hot and heavy, and the Dow skyrocketed ever since Friday. Let's hope we can keep this going at a historic high as well.
Breaking market and President Trump's point man on economic policy. The stock market soared on Friday to all-time highs, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average closing above the 50,000 mark for the first time ever, amidst a backdrop of better-than-expected economic growth, strong earnings, and expectations of a productivity and consumer boom this year. Just 2 months away from tax day, when citizens are expected to receive thousands of dollars in refund checks, as the president's signature legislation, the One Big Beautiful Bill, impacts citizens and businesses across the country. As you can see, stocks as well as gold prices rallied across the board on Friday. Here's the president this past week and after the closing bell on Friday. Watch.
As you probably saw today, the stock market, the Dow, just hit 50,000, 3 years ahead of schedule. They said probably couldn't be done in the 4-year period. We did it in 1 year. So we're 3 years ahead of schedule, broke an all-time record, 50,000, which they say couldn't happen.
The president later on Truth Social predicted that the market will double to 100,000 by the end of his term in January 2029. The economy grew almost 5% in the fourth quarter, much better than expected, but worries do remain about AI efficiencies replacing jobs and still crippling inflation, which remains above the Federal Reserve's target. As the president's pick for the next chairman of the Fed, Kevin Warsh, faces pushback from at least one Republican, outgoing Senator Tom Tillis, ahead of Warsh's confirmation process expected in the coming months. We will get the January jobs report this upcoming Wednesday after it was delayed because of the government shutdown.
Okay, y'all, let's keep on moving forward. We got some information coming up because we still are dealing with this Iran situation. And Trump is basically saying there's only one acceptable deal with Iran, and I agree with that as well, and that's no nuclear. It's a couple of things that I agree with, a couple of things that I don't. Let's see how many things we can agree with today and how many things that we cannot. And not even worrying about who the person is. Let's just see what we can agree on with common sense. Let's not think about party. Y'all, it's gonna be a hard one today when I say that. Let's not think about party. Let's just go for common sense. Let's go.
Iran's foreign minister pushing back against the White House after talking directly with U.S. officials about the regime's nuclear program, saying this, quote, "Our missile program is strictly for defense. It is not and will never be a subject for negotiation, but President Trump isn't having it." Listen to this.
Yeah, there's a deal that would be acceptable, but the one thing, and right up front, no nuclear weapons. If we could have made that deal 2 years ago, we would have made that deal, but they weren't willing to do that. Now they are willing to do it. If they would have offered this deal originally when we first started, it would have been accepted immediately. We'll see what happens.
Here to discuss is retired four-star General, Fox News senior strategic analyst, and chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, General Jack Keane. General, good morning. Thank you for being here. Where do you see these talks stand? I find it interesting that, Iran said that they would only have indirect communications with the U.S. and they would only have direct talks if there were sanctions released. They don't like the maximum pressure, but yet here they were on Friday with direct talks, and they were saying the talks were going well, but then we get this message about the ballistic missiles off the table from the foreign minister. What do you make of it?
Reading it again?
Well, I think their motivation for the talk certainly twofold. One, they want to put off the military strike, which is the option that's also on the table here, and in my mind, the preferred option. And number two, if they make any kind of a deal, the first thing they're going to want is sanction relief. And I think even if we made a deal favorable to us, I think that would not be in the best interest of the United States, the region, and certainly the Iranian people. Why is that? Because it extends the life of the regime. They're likely going to go on now for another 10 years. We have to deal with these people who are destabilizing the Middle East, using their proxies to attack Israel, and obviously horrifically repressing their own people. Is that really what we want? I don't think so. But listen, these guys are persistent in the big lie. And here it is again today, that they're really pursuing civil nuclear power. They have one nuclear plant in Iran. It represents less than 1% of the energy to provide and sustain their electric grid. And this is really what they're about, and that is why they have secret sites, and that is why they have the IAE in counting centrifuges and enriched uranium.
I like people like that because he be knowing stuff. When people be around for a while and they've been around and they know the neighborhood and they know what's going on, those are the people to listen to. Like people that have been in New York since like the 70s or the 60s. Believe it or not, at least they can tell you the history so they can tell you what's going on. Yes, it's a lot more modernized now, but you need to know the history to understand where you're going. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because remember, somebody had to teach you how to walk, right? And they probably was old. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on to these Super Bowl predictions. I don't even watch the Super Bowl. I'm sorry to tell you guys. I'll tell you right now. No NFL, no NBC. No NFL. What's the other one? NBA. MLB, I'm just not into it anymore. I used to be heavily into it when I used to play, but now I just think it's a whole bunch of fluff. You ever watch a basketball game now and like think about how it used to be when Jordan was playing? Like how they used to really foul and do all these crazy things back then to really work to get to the goal, to get to the hoop. Now it's like, oh my God, you touched me. They do like all of these drama queen fallouts and flares and everything. It's like whoever's got the best drama fall down gets the best call. I understand some part of it has to be entertaining, but come on, can we actually see some athleticism here? Let's keep on moving forward. I don't know what you guys thought about the Super Bowl yesterday. What do you guys think about the Bad Bunny performance is what I really wanted to get at. You guys saw the game. I know a lot of people watched it. What do you guys think about the Bad Bunny performance? Let me know what you guys think about it. Did you watch it? Or did you turn over and watch the Kid Rock performance? Let's see what's going on here, because I think the president had something to say about it, not verbally, probably a post, but let's get into what President Trump said about Bad Bunny's take on the NFL Super Bowl. He basically said that he labels Bad Bunny terrible, said the NFL halftime show was one of the worst ever. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. U.S. President Donald Trump commented on Bad Bunny's halftime. He said obliterating it as one of the worst halftime shows ever via Truth Social. Trump claimed the show did not represent the success, creativity, or excellence of the United States. The president also called the show a slap in the face to the country. The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense in an effort to the greatness of America and doesn't represent the standards. Sorry about that. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world. This show is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market in 401k that you guys just saw good reporting on, and you know what, 401ks in history. So he was tight about that Bad Bunny situation. There's nothing inspirational about the mess of a halftime show, and watch, it will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace this ridiculous new kickoff rule. Make America great again, President Donald Trump. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep on moving forward. I got to get to these comments. I do want to know what you guys got to say about the Super Bowl stuff. What do you guys have to say about that? Last time I watched the Super Bowl was when Janet made her big reveal. Roger Goodell should retire. Casey Ramos, 40 more likes. Bad Bunny is a clown. Okay, I guess you guys are right. I didn't watch that crap either. I haven't watched Super Bowl in so long. I don't remember. I don't even know who plays for what team. And you can do that throughout any league. Who plays at any team? That'd be $1 million question for me that I'd always lose. They're like, we'll give you $1 million if you can tell us one player on any team. Doesn't have to be NFL, any team. I'd lose. I don't watch that stuff anymore. I'm sorry. Let's keep on moving forward to Washington because we got some serious stuff to get into with Mr. Hakeem Jeffries as he lays down the Democrats' plan for ICE reform in a new interview. He wants body cameras and judicial warrants. That makes no sense if it comes to, or if a person already is wanted. But okay, I mean, body cameras I have no problem with. But the warrants, that's a little different. You know what? But I think that they can actually issue these warrants at the same time. So may not be a big ask. May not be a big ask, but the timing is incorrect. Because now you want to try to ask this question when the monetary for ICE and Homeland Security has already been implemented. So now the money's already there, but now you want to try to ask these questions. It's pretty crazy how they're going about it, but let's just keep moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. I myself am on the side of ICE and Homeland. You guys know how I get down.
Here with me now is House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I want to start with what you released.
Didn't he get some dough from Jeffrey? Just, I don't make a mistake. I'm just trying to make sure. Didn't he get some money from Jeffrey?
This past week, a list of 10 proposed reforms, including but not limited to a mandate for judicial warrants to search private property and a ban on masks, also a mandate for agents to wear body cameras. Now, Republicans say they are open to some of these, but others, especially the specifics on judicial warrants, are non-starters. Only 5 days now until the Department of Homeland Security will shut down. Are you willing to accept anything less than this full list of demands?
Not at this point. We start with a basic premise that taxpayer dollars should be used to make life more affordable for everyday Americans, not brutalize or kill American citizens like Renee Nicole Good or Alex Preddy. We know that ICE is completely and totally out of control. They've gone way too far, and the American people want them reined in. Because immigration enforcement should be fair, it should be just, and it should be humane. So dramatic changes are necessary to the manner in which the Department of Homeland Security officers are conducting themselves before any funding bill should move forward.
So you say very clearly that this, and it's clear in your proposals, this is about reining in ICE and the CBP. But those agencies, as you well know, are very well funded already through the Big Beautiful Bill Act. That's what the president called it, and it passed last year. So what that means is that a shutdown would really only impact unrelated agencies, FEMA, TSA, FAA. So how does pushing for these changes and potentially not getting there help rein in an immigration crackdown?
Good question.
Well, our plan is to get there on behalf of the American people. That's why we need to press forward aggressively.
So he's basically saying that they're going to force it. They're just going to force it through no matter what. I don't care if it's already taken care of. This is what we want in order to move forward. They don't care about it already being funded. If you see what he's saying as far as pressing through.
And ensure that there are legislative changes.
I don't agree with the unmasking because they can be doxxed and things like that. And I think that they need some laws on their side as well. I think they need where certain sort of protests should be considered crimes and criminal acts. And they need to have a barrier between what you can do. You can't, just because it's not a crime to curse or certain things like that, you shouldn't be able to harass the officers, smash things in their face while they're walking, do crazy stuff, because we see what's really going on behind the scenes that nobody's really reporting.
Changes enacted as part of any DHS spending bill, because that's the way that you change behavior. And these are common sense changes. Things like mandatory body cameras.
Okay.
Judicial warrants should absolutely be required before ICE agents can storm private property and rip everyday Americans out of their homes in such a violent fashion. Of course, we need to make sure that there are no masks so that ICE is conducting itself like every other law enforcement agency in the country. That shouldn't be controversial. It shouldn't be controversial.
Bigger, please.
That we are demanding that the Fourth Amendment constitutional protections are adhered to as it relates to the way in which ICE is conducting itself. We also need to make sure that state and local officials have the ability to conduct independent investigations so that when ICE or CBP or other officers violate the law, they can be investigated and prosecuted and held accountable for those violations of state and local law, not being able to govern themselves with impunity, which is the case right now.
Just real quick, are there any negotiations going on about these reforms that you want?
Unfortunately, we haven't heard back from the White House or
Okay, unfortunately, you haven't heard back. We got more to do, more to get forward to. I'll let you guys hear as much as we possibly could. But like I said, as far as I'm concerned, me personally, I only have one issue, and that's with the taking the masks off, because this internet is no joke. And like when you got people out there that's trying to work and do their job, that can really hinder them and their families and things like that. So I don't appreciate that. Investigating independently. I mean, if they're doing their job right, they shouldn't have any problem. Having a body cam, don't even have a problem with that, because I like to see what's going on when they're in the field. Also, what's the other one? The judicial warrants. I think that once they come out, they should already have it anyway. If the person has already been deemed as having a warrant, go ahead and print that extra piece of paper out so that just in case we got that problem, we can show it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I don't got no problem with a couple of them. And see, I'm on all sides. It just depends on what we said earlier today. Common sense. That's just how I feel about it. Keep on moving forward to where? New York. And if I can make it here, I'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York. New York. Poor New York City. And you got a mayor now that's doubling down. That's right. You know who I'm talking about. Mayor Mom Dummy. Now he's a super cat. Man, they use a dumb dummy. He's following in the lead of other mayors, as you can see. And all of a sudden, they're all trying to put in different laws that they're trying to say ICE has to adhere to. I am hoping, personally, that Fed laws or whatever, let's say superseding laws, can actually make these laws not actually work. Because some of the things that they're asking for, again, in this order, it's pretty hard. I mean, you got this situation going on with Mom Dami, who signs a new order limiting ICE operations in New York City, like where they can't go to make arrests. And I don't know if I'm good with that. I don't know if I'm good with that one. Now we're going to see if we got some other side of the coin now if we don't agree.
To reoffend and create more innocent victims, end quote. The agency says there are more than 7,000.
No. Let's go back.
The mayor, Zohran Mamdani, is doubling down on his sanctuary city policies. The Democratic Socialist executive orders now limit when ICE agents can go into the city
operated spaces like schools, shelters, and hospitals. Our CB Cotton is live in New York to break all of this down for us. So what does this all mean?
Hey, Aisha, yeah, for the second time in less than 2 weeks, New York leaders are positioning themselves against immigration enforcement. As you mentioned, this time it's New York City's Democratic Socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani signing an executive order to reiterate the Big Apple's sanctuary policies, which require ICE agents to have a judicial warrant before entering a city property such as a school, shelter, or hospital. Mamdani's executive order also requires city agencies to review their own internal policies to ensure compliance with sanctuary law. When announcing his directive yesterday, the mayor slammed ICE as a, quote, rogue agency, and he accused ICE agents of this.
Masked agents paid by our own tax dollars violate the Constitution and visit terror upon our neighbors. They arrive as if atop a pale horse, and they leave a path of wreckage in their wake.
They arrive as if they are owning the city or the state. They run through the food and they run through the services like it's nothing. They use the hospital emergency rooms like they're just going to the doctor's office. They take over all the homes and all of the apartment buildings so that people that actually from here can't have anywhere to stay. They step over the veterans that have been here and made a way for every single one of us who respect them and love them every single day. What about those people?
So DHS responded, slamming Mayor Mamdani in a statement and accusing him of, quote, turning New York City into a shield for violent criminal illegal aliens to reoffend and create more innocent victims, end quote. The agency says there are more than 7,000 non-citizens with active ICE detainers who are currently in custody of a jurisdiction within New York State. According to DHS, these people have criminal records that include homicide, assault, and sexual predatory offenses. Mamdani's executive order upholding sanctuary city laws comes just a week after Governor Kathy Hochul announced a policy proposal.
So you can't hand those people over is what's going on now, is what they're saying. They're not handing those people over. They're not with that right now. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense right there. I can't go with that one.
That would bar local police across the state from working with ICE. Aisha.
Okay, thank you so much.
Crazy, man. I'm talking about, I don't know what's going on in this world right now, man, but woo, it's getting loco out here, man. And I'm telling you, those are the ones that we really need out here. There's some over there on like Times Square, the ones that I told you, they get together in the groups and they push the ladies up against the wall and like they snatch the purse and then they go through like 9 people so they don't even know where the purses went. Think crime is down in New York and they done stop doing what they're doing? No, they're not. You have the men trying to hook you up with their wife. You'd be like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, that's your wife. No, papi, go, no problem. I'll be like, yo, crazy out here. I have no idea. Y'all have no idea what's really going on. And because I actually see it and I can actually really report it, I can't go down there and videotape it because I'm not going to go that far with it. But I've actually talked to these people, been walking to work with the blue shirt on, there's the super or whatever like that, looking at the girl like, yo, what's up? And the man pop out of nowhere like, yo, ain't that your wife? I'll hold the baby while you get, I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, it's crazy in the hood. In New York, it's nothing like it used to be. Let's get on over to MS Now to get you guys some news that way from Jasmine Crockett, who demands answers and says they said that they would only go after criminals. When it comes down to ICE and Homeland Security, your favorite person, Jasmine Crockett, says that they said that they were only going to go after criminals. But what happened? I don't know. Let's go ahead, you guys. Let's see what's up here.
Earlier in the hour about how all of this happened 6 days into Black History Month. And the complete lack disregard for how this month resonates with Black and brown people in this country. What's your reaction to both?
Nah, brother. It is Black History Month, not Brown History Month, not orange, not green. Stop with the BS. That's the problem that we be having. Can we get something? You over here trying to defend it. How you already busting it down?
What you heard from the president.
Just to get what they want. Just to get what they want.
just because they both framed, I think, this moment very well, to be honest.
Yeah, it is so interesting because it's like we take one step forward and then we take two steps back. And that's exactly what we've gotten out of this administration. And so for everyone that wanted to say that Black people were overreacting or that we were being dramatic, I want to be clear that it's not just his words, it's in his policy that he is slinging this type of hate, whether we're talking about ICE and how he deals with everyone, because it's not limited to immigrants, or whether we're talking about the rolling back of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I do want to be clear, I don't give Donald Trump a lot of credit for...
I'm good with the DEI being rolled back too. You see what I'm saying? This is some of the stuff I'm good with. I'm just good with that too. Earn it. Stop all of that. Well, there's not enough women here. We got to even the playing field. No, hell no. Did they earn it? Stop all that BS. Oh, there's not enough. No, everybody, Black, brown, white, gay, lesbian, women, dogs, cats, frogs, ticks and fleas. All of us need to earn our spot in this world. That's straight up and down. Because if you don't, if we was in the jungle, what would happen? You'll be next or somebody else's meal. All that trying to, can I get, and then the next thing you're going to get, oh, can I get something for free? Can I get something for free? And then now you got everybody wanting something for free. It's cool to get stuff for free, but whatever happened with the earning stuff? Come on, work for it. Ain't nothing wrong with earning, getting some sweat and saying, oh yeah, I really can't wait till and then turning around and looking at the thing that you made. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Trust me, it's okay. Because stuff that you make overnight, it can collapse the same way. You build something with a foundation, you got a better chance of it standing firm.
Much, but I will say this, he is the king of distractions and division. And right now, he has everyone talking about the fact that he posted something that was racist, which frankly, if you've been paying attention, it was right on par. You're not surprised whatsoever. Right. At the same time, this is the day after he said, stop talking about the Epstein files, as more and more is coming out, as we're being told as lawmakers that we're going to be given an opportunity to start to physically go and inspect the files. He is trying to distract, and frankly, he is doing a good job of it. We know who he is. We know who he was when he got elected the first time. We know who he was when he got elected this time. And so there's not really much to be surprised about when it comes to Donald Trump. And
what's up with your homegirl up there, though? What's up with her? All the money she been getting. Hey, what's up with the money she been getting? That's what I'm saying. Everybody got some skin in the game. What's up with her? Yeah, what's going on with her?
And not really having a level of respect specifically for people of color.
Okay.
There's a level of respect.
Okay, so now let's get off the topic. Okay, I get what you guys are saying. Y'all talking about the video that he put up. At the end of it, it had Michelle and Barack Obama as apes. But other parts of it was like a Wimboe. And he was coming through as the king of the jungle. I don't know if he made it had some parts to do with that. Maybe he could have had some better judgment on, putting it up on your account. But I really just don't see so much of where they're going with this. And it's sad because I've been searching for news, you guys, and I've been really looking for you guys to get you guys some content and myself to feed my brain with more good content. But every single time I put this name in or I try to put something in that's pertaining to the president or something going on, that video just keeps on popping up. Okay, I get it. It's Black History Month, I get it. But now what? After it's over, what are we going to do about it? Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen, you guys. We got another situation where, the squad member up there, all of a sudden, $8 million worth of, she got some big bucks coming in. I'm going to go ahead and let them explain it to you right now. Let's see what's going on with this situation.
Welcome back to this new development. Far-left Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, now the latest squad member, to come under criticism for becoming a multi-millionaire after entering Congress.
I'm saying those, y'all want to talk about one thing, but let's talk about the other stuff too. Let's put it all out there. Let's follow the money.
News Chief Congressional Correspondent Chad Pergram joins us live on Capitol Hill with the details. Chad, this is a really interesting story.
Good evening. Get elected, get rich. Massachusetts Democrat Ayanna Pressley and her husband Conan Harris are now worth as much as $8 million. Pressley ducked questions about lawmakers getting wealthy in office. How did you make all this income from the rental property?
Sir, I submit a financial disclosure, just like everybody else. There's nothing to see here. Thank you.
Is it appropriate for members to make so much money when they're in office? Should there be rules there? Financial disclosure.
Her own homegirl caught her with the ankle on the door, like, ah! You saw that, right? She closed the door on her ankle. I'm sorry, you guys, but again, you know Bugatti pays attention to every little thing. Every little step you take.
When they're in office, should there be rules there? Financial disclosure reports show that Pressley and her husband have rental properties worth millions. They earn at least $350,000 a year in rent. Pressley only collected $15,000 annually from a single property as recently as 2020. Most members oppose earning limits. Do you think that there should be changes, some different rules about what members can make while they're in office?
These are presumably right-wing reports designed to try to undermine our members, and there's nothing credible that has been suggested that I've seen.
Some of Pressley's income flows from her husband. He now earns up to $1 million a year thanks to his consulting business. The wealth of spouses is often a gray area in Congress.
There are many times where we can see that the spouse is the person who may be bringing in the most income. And sometimes there's income that they're bringing in where there are questions as to whether the way that income is made may conflict with the day-to-day job duties of the member of Congress.
Now, Conan Harris did a decade in jail for drug trafficking. The income of squad member Ilhan Omar is also under scrutiny. It soared to $30 million. A House committee is now investigating Omar's finances.
Okay, I told you guys, oh man, I'm in the wrong business. But I feel bad even saying that. Like, oh, I'm in the wrong business. Like I would go over there and do something like that. That's bad, you guys, that's terrible. They get over there and they just wring the rag out. Or they set up certain things and well, don't give it to me. Give it to my husband. Send it to the LLC. Yeah. Like we not stupid, but all of a sudden y'all want to complain about a video. Okay, yeah. Who else trying to cover themselves and throw the smoke screen out? The bigger story will cover me. Let's go. Keep on moving forward. Back over to New York where we got overrated and a true idiot. Don Lemon. Yep. Allegedly, but I'm going to say it again. Overrated and a true idiot. Period. Relishing, ravishing, and loving what he's going through right now with what he's done in the church. Looking at it like he's done something as a pioneer. When in reality, he looks like a freaking idiot. And not only that, he might have to talk to his maker on it. He might not get any worldly ramifications for it. But oh yeah. You know, the man upstairs don't play around when it come down to messing around when it come down to one of his ceremonies. And here we got Don Lemon, who speaks at a 2026 New York dinner, had the nerve to come out and start applauding him like he did something. I just don't understand what's going on with the thought processes now.
Wait. Oh my God. Wait, I forgot something. Hold on.
You can't say that. You can't say that. How you can't say that. You shouldn't even be able to say that. You should just be like, ugh. That's what you need to be saying. You should not have any affiliation with what you just said because you don't respect other people's. You should just come out like, ew, like the broken wristed clique member you are.
Oh my God. Wait, I forgot something. Hold on. Can you guys introduce me one more time?
Overrated.
Please welcome to the stage, Don Lemon.
My man. Thanks, baby.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Broken wristed, broken wristed, broken wrist. Yeah, down with that broken wristed click right there, man. Can't even. Yeah. You could. I'm telling you, you could try to put something under it. You could literally try to put a 2x4 up under there and tape it. It's still going to bend like that. Now, what was the place of that on television? What was that about? See what I'm saying? Trying to just push your own narrative. Trying to just get something going out there. That's why I don't like people like this. And y'all think, and another thing, if you're part of the party, that means that I'm just gonna go there. Had the nerve, like seriously? And let me show you what he's protecting. Let me show you what he's actually protecting, besides the fact that we're still investigating. And I don't like the way that this happened, but let's look at what he's protecting here. Let's look at what he's protecting.
3 bald life hacks I wish I knew sooner. 1, get yourself an electric rotary shaver. Why?
You are seeing video of a man who's believed to be Alex Preddy kicking a federal agent's SUV 11 days before he was killed. Thanks for joining us. An organization...
No, just wanted you guys to see, because I didn't know that the other side of it had something to do with that. And then you got to understand that every action demands a reaction. I know it was 11 days prior, but that man wasn't no angel either, right? Okay, let's keep on moving forward. Like I said, let's keep on moving forward to Minnesota, where we just saw that. We got a man that, let's go on over here to, oh no, let's get into, are we getting into it this quick? Okay. Because I guess Trump is not the only one who was basically talking about illegal immigrants and getting people out of our country. Not the first person, and he's probably not going to be the last. It's just news when it's somebody that you don't like. Guess who also said it? Let's get the immigrants out. Somebody said it in a 1995 State of the Union. Who was the president at that time in 1995, y'all? Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. Look, that was peaceful protesting, said DJ Mod. Said hi. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You know who I'm talking about right now. Somebody gonna put it in the chat. They know who I'm talking about right now. Because this is not only just coming from one president. This has been said for a long time.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever
get those likes up, y'all.
by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman.
Let me help you with that, Bill. You said workplace, but I know you meant workplace. Let's go.
Face as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Okay. Oh, you got a round of applause for that. My bad. Let me get you your round of applause, Bill. I'm sorry. Yeah. So when it come down to talking about getting the illegal criminals out, y'all said it first. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all definitely said it first, but I'm just gonna say, you see what's going on over here, you guys. GOP is now they're ready to postpone. This insult of Trump. I think this is, I'm so sorry. I know your name, but I'm gonna let it go because this dude right here, this guy right here, you guys know I got an issue with him. This is the kind of guy I would let get beat up in school. Nah, you just let him get beat up. You don't even help him because he deserves it, trust me. He does the perfect thing. He's a perfect gaslighter. I'm gonna tell you one thing about this guy, the perfect gaslighter. Let's keep on moving forward right now because we got a topic that's coming through over here with a GOP leader that he's interviewing right now about Trump's follow-ups with his wife as well as what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein. Let's keep it moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
President Trump than any other. This was Friday at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington.
No matter what we do, this moron, no matter what it is, we'll get 100% vote except for this guy named Thomas Massey. There's something wrong with him.
Thomas Massey, a libertarian-minded conservative, has represented Northern Kentucky since 2012, a perennial no vote on spending bills, and now a leader in pushing for the full release of the Epstein files over the president's furious objections. He joins me now live from his farm in Kentucky. Congressman Massey, thank you so much for being here. I do want to ask you about that comment from the President of the United States insulting you like that at the National Prayer Breakfast. What's your response to him?
Well, anybody remember the Ewoks? He looked like an Ewok with no hair on his face.
Well, first of all, I'm glad to know I'm in the president's prayers. But second of all, you know, on the internet, some people have suggested that MIT should take my degree away. And my response is, which one should they take away? I have 2 degrees from MIT. And I'm sorry you booked a moron today on your show.
Well, fair enough. I do want to talk to you about your fight to release the Epstein files in a minute. But first, I want to get your reaction to the news about how the president posted, then deleted this racist video depicting the Obama as apes. He has refused to apologize. Do you think he should apologize to the Obamas?
He should absolutely apologize. He's gone too far. I mean, he's attacked my wife recently online, and I do think there are limits. If for a while it's kind of funny, but once you pass certain guardrails, like attacking a man's spouse or getting into racist tropes, I think it's somebody at the White House, maybe Susie Wiles, needs to go to the president and just ask him for his phone and maybe ask him just to show him the tweet before he sends it out.
Yeah, that should always be done, I'll be honest with you, Mr. Massey. I think that should always be done. I think you're right about that part. You need to be making sure that you're not, sending out any type of crazy, possibly racial tweets. But if he apologizes to the Obamas, I think he should also apologize to the other guy because he had somebody else as like a little beaver or something else that was out there too, right? So you got to apologize to everybody. Okay, I want to apologize for you for having you as a zebra. I want to apologize for you. Oh man, just don't do it no more, Trump. Just watch yourself and make sure it don't happen again. Me, my skin is tough. I done dealt with it and I deal with it every single day. Trust me, I'm on many different accords. I deal with racism every single day, so I can deal with it. Let's keep on moving forward to Jeffrey Epstein, you guys, because now it's time to get into it. We got some real poor judgment and a clear storm under fire right now over Mendelsohn and the Epstein links. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. It's time to get into these links, get you guys out of here, make sure that you guys got a lot of info. Let's go.
All right, let us go to the United Kingdom right now with the wonderful Mark Dolan who's standing by. You can see him on Talk TV over there. Find him on YouTube as well, or hang out with us each and every Sunday. Great man, lovely to see you.
Hi, Paul. Happy Sunday.
Now,
Always
it feels like I've got to get a flow chart
information.
here, but let me bring everyone up to date, right? The reason I think Keir Starmer could actually be at the end is, yes, they've been chopping away at him for a long time, his own mistakes chopping away for a long time, right? However, the final straw, you've got to imagine here, is the fact that he decided to appoint to the United States a guy called Peter Mendelsohn to be the ambassador for the United Kingdom. Now, he ended up having quite the close ties to Jeffrey Epstein. So this is the world of trouble, right? Which is, it's about Starmer's judgment. It's about his judgment as Prime Minister. It's about the doubling down, because at the time a few people have gone, really? I think this is what's going to be perhaps an impetus for those who want to push him. But, I mean, he can't swim out of it. He made a horrible decision.
He really did. And he's a man, Paul, of reliably poor judgment. I mean, we can get to the awful policy agenda, which has seen growth destroyed, which has seen the return of inflation and unemployment. But his appointments have been shocking too. There's been a housing secretary who lost her job because she didn't pay stamp duty or transfer duty, a corruption minister who's being investigated for corruption, and a transport minister that stole a mobile phone. So the government was a hot mess before the Mandelson affair. And he's really created a rod for his own back, because Mandelson comes from an entirely different generation of politicians. Mandelson was the architect of Tony Blair's political revolution, very much the man responsible for bringing spin into UK politics, which does us all a great disservice. And this is a guy in Mandelson that resigned from the top levels of government twice in disgrace. And so what does Starmer think? You know, it was a disaster under Blair. Hold my beer. I'll give this guy the biggest job in British diplomacy, UK ambassador to the United States. And as you said, we are definitely in the territory now of last straw and camel's back.
Yeah, I mean, he said, hold my beer. I'm going to give this job. Exactly. Why would you give him the job if he got kicked out of 2 other jobs already, and how bad his reputation is? I think they had something going on there, and I think both of them probably need to go. And I'm kind of getting a little bit feeling the same way about Howard too, depending on if I find some more information about what's going on with this. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got new evidence that's uncovered that appears to contradict what happened in Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell. I've been doing this for the last, almost a year and some change now, and I've been always questionable about Jeffrey Epstein and how he ended his life.
And a story getting a lot of attention today. CBS News has uncovered new evidence that appears to contradict the official account of what happened in Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell the night he died. Authorities have insisted no one entered his cell at night before he died. Scott McFarlane has more.
Notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his cell in the early morning of August 10th, 2019, inside this since-shuttered federal prison in Manhattan. And this was the vow of then Attorney General Bill Barr.
We will get to the bottom of what happened, and there will be accountability.
Yeah, you need to be accountable too, because you're in there too. If you guys don't believe me, all you got to do is Google Bill Barr, Jeffrey Epstein files, and then the number's going to come up, and you click it. You're going to say, what?
Epstein's death was quickly ruled a suicide, but a technical failure that left only one working camera near his cell that night has created conspiracy theories about what happened leading up to his death. At the time, the Attorney General said no one entered Epstein's housing tier the night of his death. But there's been scrutiny of a particular moment on the cell block surveillance footage where an orange-looking flash could be seen at 10:39 p.m. A report from the Justice Department Inspector General notes the flash, quote, "It is possible someone is carrying inmate linen or bedding up the stairs."
Yeah.
And the final report refers to it as, quote, "an unidentified corrections officer." But now...
But y'all told us that the minute was a glitch and it always happened like that. And then y'all showed us the video without the glitch and said nobody went up there. Now you said somebody went up there and it could have been an inmate. Okay. Okay, we believe you. No, we do.
Now, newly released Justice Department documents reveal an initial FBI review of surveillance video on the cell block says the flash could possibly be an inmate.
Or someone dressed like an inmate to go do what they need to do. It ain't hard to get an orange jumpsuit if you're connected and affiliated, huh? Anybody ever think about that? Hey, put this orange suit on and just, exactly.
Independent video analysts consulted by CBS News say the movement was more consistent with an inmate or someone wearing an orange prison uniform than a corrections officer. And prison employees tell CBS News it would have been highly unusual to move an inmate at 10:39 p.m. Jeffrey Epstein was found dead at 6:30 a.m. the following morning. And last year, then Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino insisted,
"There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it."
A separate investigation by CBS News raised questions about why and how the prison maintained that crime scene after Epstein died, and why Epstein's body and another object were moved before the FBI arrived. Scott McFarlane, CBS News, Washington.
Did y'all see the little loophole that they supposedly said he used to put the rope through? That hole was like that big, He had to like fish that thing through there to pull it through, which means to tell you it ain't even gonna be strong enough to hold him up by with all his weight, right or wrong. Once he do that, it's going, come on, ain't nobody stupid. Just keep on going forward. These high implicated men that are implicated in these Epstein files. It's time for them to run for cover. And it's a lot of them, y'all. I don't know. I'll tell you one person that's really good at hiding right now. I don't see that much information coming out about you, buddy, but I'm looking. I'm looking. I ain't gonna say your name yet, but I'm sure it's gonna come out soon. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on.
An advocate against human trafficking. Liz, welcome to you. You just heard Bill Gates there. Any reaction to him essentially washing his hands of the sordid bits of the Epstein files while apologizing at the same time? Should he have known in real time that friendship with Jeffrey Epstein was a mistake?
I think that's a question that we wonder about all of the men whose names we're seeing right now. I really don't know what to make of that. I think that anyone whose name is being exposed at the moment is trying to run for cover. And I want to reiterate that just because someone is mentioned in the files doesn't necessarily mean that they're accused of any wrongdoing. That is why, well, that's why it's so important for the DOJ to do their job.
All right, but as we look ahead to tomorrow, your sister survivor, Danielle Bensky, told me she does not trust anything Ghislaine Maxwell might say to Congress tomorrow. So what do you expect to hear, and what are the questions that...
Jordan Dougherty says, what can't you do with $1 billion and manipulation and videotapes of these rich men, and you're serving up to their nastiest and their most terriblest, extremist thing that they want to do. And they confide in this stuff into you, giving them sorts of like medications if anything happened to them. He had a really close, intimate relationship with Bill Gates for them to be talking about medications for STDs and for him to be wanting to give it to his wife, allegedly.
You would hope lawmakers would press Maxwell on.
Maxwell was central to this sex trafficking operation. And, you know, we haven't really heard a lot from Ghislaine Maxwell, and I don't anticipate that we're going to hear much from her tomorrow.
Me neither.
I think that we're going to see her plead the fifth. And I think that when she does answer questions, that she will talk around the points in a way to distract. And I want people to understand that, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell has perjured herself before, both in depositions and in her discussion with Todd Blanche this summer.
That's how she got arrested, because she had already lied on the stand.
So I really don't know how much weight we can put anything that Ghislaine Maxwell has to say
Can't trust her.
About what's happened. But I really don't expect any transparency from her.
So why do you think the committee is giving Maxwell this platform? It's a hearing when survivors have not yet had a chance to tell their stories in Congress.
That's a really good question. Why do we continue to listen to someone who has, you know, evaded questions, who hasn't been transparent? This is someone, like I said earlier, who is central to this sex trafficking operation. And I can tell you that when Ghislaine Maxwell was on trial, I traveled every day from my home in Philadelphia to New York City to be at the trial. And I was there when she was sentenced, and she showed absolutely no remorse at sentencing. And so I think that we're just going to continue to see the same from her.
Oh, she got 20 years for being affiliated and dealing with Jeffrey Epstein, and she got accused of it too, you guys. The only problem we having with is, why does she also all of a sudden get the chance to be switched to a minimum security prison in Texas? That's the only issue. Thinking she's trying to wait out something for a couple of years. Hopefully she might get a pardon, you guys, before somebody checks out. What you guys think? Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got this Hyundai SUV catches fire near Central Florida school. There's a recall. If you have this Hyundai, I want you guys to know about it. If you know anybody that has it, there's a recall on this vehicle. And this is what we do over here. We share information just in case.
This SUV fire in Seminole County is raising new concerns about whether two car makers have a handle on these spontaneous situations that are not triggered by crashes.
The owner is talking only with investigative reporter Greg Fox. Greg's live in Seminole County at the lot where the car ultimately ended up. And Greg, there's really not much left of it.
That's right, and this is typically what we have seen in these Kia and Hyundai fires. You can see it's a good thing the driver got out quickly because the driver and passenger compartment is destroyed. This is where the core of the fire was, in and just below the engine area. This vehicle had an active recall. It hadn't been fixed, and there could be more than 1 million like it still on the roads. Right next to a school in Longwood Wednesday, a Hyundai SUV went up in flames. No crash, just a sudden fire.
Went from a barely noticeable, like little wispy smoke to just full-blown exploding to in like a minute.
Edgar Franceschi could only stand back and stare at his 2013 Santa Fe Sport while firefighters got to work. He says he had less than a minute to get out.
You could tell it was him. As soon as the way he was walking away from it, like he had to get up out of there. Fat boy was moving like he got up out of there.
And I was like, no, I gotta go.
Yeah, you better get up out of there.
Call 911, let them handle it, because it was, like I said, really bad and really fast. That was the scariest thing.
It's a total loss. The engine area and the seat where he was sitting melted. Franceschi has insurance, so he'll get some money to buy another vehicle. But he didn't know until we told him. His vehicle had an unrepaired recall, affecting 3.3 million Hyundai and Kia vehicles for a fire risk. The anti-lock brake system module may leak brake fluid internally and cause an electric short, which can result in an engine compartment fire while parked or driving. Franceschi remembers getting the notice, but never acted on it.
You wouldn't imagine a brake issue to lead to a massive fire like that.
A Hyundai spokesperson stressed the need to pay attention to recall notices and told us these letters outline the nature of the safety concern, the available remedy, and clear instructions for scheduling no-cost repairs. The recall for ABS brake fire risk has only been addressed by owners of 32% of the Kia vehicles affected and 29% of the Hyundai vehicles.
So that means that other people got to be in fear because of the fact that they're parking their cars next to your car, inside the parking lot, in the garage somewhere, something like that, because of the low amount. Not only that, did you guys notice that those recalls, they said that they were free when it comes down to doing those repairs? So when you ignore it, you're doing this really in a bad manner, and like that's basically laziness right there. Probably kind of got what he deserved.
Leaving more than 1 million unsafe vehicles on the road that could end up like this. That's why the Center for Auto Safety urges people to act on safety recalls immediately.
What's up, Raymond?
You could have a broken axle and fly off the road, loss of power steering, loss of brakes. You know, the list goes on and on.
He's not going to walk away with a huge bag. They said he's going to get some money, S-O-M-E. He's going to get some money. Number one, you got to realize something. They already covered their asses. They sent you out a recall and told you to bring the damn thing in. You ignored it. So your negligence is not going to get you a full whatever. You're going to get some money, maybe like what total value is worth, to put towards something else. Trust me, he's not getting a lot of money for that. If he would have got hurt, maybe the insurance or something like that. But as far as for that vehicle, his negligence is going to play into that. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, because now we got 4 who are hospitalized in a West Side shopping center pow-powing. It went down over on the West Side, you guys. They're not playing over on Las Vegas, you guys. They're not playing in Vegas.
And developing this morning, a shooting at a West Side shopping center sends 4 people to the hospital, and now police are searching for that suspect. Our Haja Ball joins us live with the latest. In Haja, we were talking this morning. This is an area that has had shootings there in the area before.
Absolutely. We have reported in this area in the past, and we do have information about that. But what we do know at this moment is that it happened at the PacSun Shopping Center overnight, and police say the situation escalated inside a bar and then quickly escalated even more in the parking lot. Now, according to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, officers responded around 12:30 this morning to reports of a shooting at the PacSun Shopping Center on the 700 block of Edgewood Avenue. Police say 4 men ranging in ages from 44 to 57 were shot. 3 people were transported to the hospital while a 4th person drove themselves for treatment. Now, all are expected to be okay. Now, in our past reporting, JSO data shows officers have been called to the PacSun Shopping Center more than 100 times
I'm sorry, Jackson. She said JSO. This is Jackson.
Since the start of 2025. Now, today, JSO says they plan to add more police presence to the area.
JSO constantly patrols this area specifically, but in general, whenever there's a hotspot for crime, there's always additional patrol that works that area.
I got a question for you guys. I wanted to ask you right now, real quick. What do you feel about if you have a certain job and then your day off, you go to a basketball game or a baseball game? Seems pretty simple, right? Not for everybody. Not the sheriff that's leading this G3 case under fire for being spotted at a basketball game. Why can't the man go to the basketball game? I don't know. Maybe you want to unwind or something like that. Just because somebody's kidnapped don't mean he got to stake out all night. I'm talking about the Guthrie case. The sheriff that's handling the Guthrie case, he was spotted at a basketball game. And boy, he's getting a lot of backlash for this. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know, because if I'm wrong about this, please let me know. I mean, the family, I could understand they feel remorseful and don't want to go. But when I saw it say the sheriff, I was like, wait, is that the daughter? Is that the son? Wait a minute, y'all beefing about the sheriff going to... There y'all. They don't want the sheriff to have no fun either.
Meanwhile, the sheriff leading the search to find Guthrie is in hot water after being seen in the stands of a college basketball game yesterday while the investigation is still ongoing. Chinley Painter is here with the very latest details. Good morning.
So I guess he ain't got no damn day off, huh? It was Sunday. He couldn't even go to the game.
Chinley?
Hey, good morning, Griff. So Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos, who we have been seeing lead those press conferences in the abduction of Nancy Guthrie.
Somebody said, look at Winter. Somebody said, I mean, it's not like they expect him personally to be out there looking under bushes, right? I mean, when it's his shift, right? The sheriff is entitled to time off, right? It's a college game. What the F? He ain't even at the NBA.
Is now under scrutiny after being spotted at a college basketball game last night, nearly a week into the search.
How about this? It don't look like he having fun. If that's any consolation, he looks like he's like, don't want to be there maybe.
Search for the 84-year-old mother and grandmother. You can see him here near the front row of the matchup between the University of Arizona and Oklahoma State, where only a few minutes after the game ended, Savannah Guthrie and her siblings shared a third video message pleading with the possible captors to return their mother. The person who took this video of the sheriff at the basketball game told Fox News Digital this, quote, "This whole thing being so fresh and nationwide, maybe worldwide, I don't think it was a good look for him to do it. He's a major part of the investigation, so it didn't look good to me. Very sad to see him at the Arizona basketball game." The sheriff has come under fire in recent days for his handling of the investigation, including releasing Guthrie's home as a crime scene too soon. And of course, this all comes as a reported second ransom deadline for tomorrow is set for 5 p.m. local time, and that's quickly approaching, Griff.
Yeah, not a good look indeed. Chinley Painter, thank you very much.
Not a good look, really? Whoa, man, you can't do jack when you, I guess, they like, no, fool. I guess you wrong, Winter. They want him out there shaking the bushes. That's what they want. They want him in the bushes. Let's get on over to Indiana, y'all. We got this situation with this power victim that claims, oh man. Y'all know how I be showing the fake money on the video, but I always let you guys know that it's fake, and I bring the whole brick up to the video and say, look, for motion picture use only, and I do like this, and I flick it. Matter of fact, let me make sure I do that now. Let me go ahead and make sure I do that now. You all see these bricks of money right here that I use for props sometimes. Let me let you understand that they are props. Like Fat Joe and them. I make it rain with the terror. Make it rain, make it rain. Yes, rappers, we have our own money. We got our own money. So let me explain something to you. This thing's not real. Y'all see that right there for motion picture use only? I want to make sure you see it because I don't want to get knocked in the head. I don't want nobody messing with me coming to my crib and acting all crazy. Y'all see that right there, right? All right, y'all see that? Y'all see that? And also, let me show you something else that's even funnier. Going to really make you laugh. Watch this. Ain't nothing but white pages. Nothing. It's just white pages. And know that it's not real money on the top, right? So you know, and I know that you know that this ain't real money, right? So I'm going to put it back up under here. Next time we need it as a prop, like we just used it just now, we're going to use it. And that's that. But don't be, you ain't going to see me on the internet putting that on my Instagram, around my house, or like chilling in the crib, by our bottom line, and not explaining that it's not real money, even if it is. Okay, guys, we got an individual here. He went the other way. He decided he was going to put the money on the internet, and he caught it the bad way. Check this out.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. You know, over a fake post.
An Indianapolis man recovering after being wounded during a home invasion on the city's west side.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke to that victim, as you saw, who explains firsthand what led to that violence.
The victim spent the last few days in the hospital after being shot in the back of the neck inside his own home here behind me. Luckily, that victim survived his injuries and lived to tell the tale.
I don't know how.
He says the violence all started with a post on social media.
I don't know how you
Early
live.
Monday morning, two armed thieves stormed into a West Side home intent on robbing a 64-year-old man as he slept.
He said, "Where the money at? Where the money at? I seen what you posted on Facebook. Where the money at?"
Anthony says 2 days before the attempted robbery, someone called him broke on social media, so he posted this picture of a stack of cash from an old Facebook memory, only to find himself explaining to his attacker that it wasn't his money.
I kept trying to beat in his head it was fake. I said, man, it was a prank. It was fake.
Anthony says when the intruders realized their
Really pay attention to the entry and to the black and blue all over like half of this man's chest. I'm talking about God was with this man.
wasn't a pile of cash hidden inside the home here on Patricia Street. They didn't just leave. Instead, after repeatedly pistol whipping and choking him, one of the suspects shot him execution style in the back of the neck.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. You know, over a fake post. Came out right there. I couldn't believe it, man.
The bullet exited through Anthony's chest. Shortly after the suspects fled, police showed up and rushed Anthony to the hospital in critical condition, unsure if he'd survive.
I said to myself, I'm about to die over a fake post. That's what I was saying to myself.
Although the police report includes very few details, Anthony recalls the suspects announced themselves as police during the break-in and even wore tactical vests.
Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. I'm sure you're not seeing this anywhere else. This is Our Bottom Line. We bring exclusive content. We do this every single day. I would really love for you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please become a member. We're almost at 70,000 subscribers. That's right, you guys. That's right. We're trying to get there, and we really appreciate it. Also, give me all the money in your pockets. Nah, don't do that, because I got some Bustelo and I got some Lipton in the kitchen, so we'll be okay. But I would take the payment in form of a like. All you got to do is double tap that screen, let those dots come out, hit that like button. Also, hit the notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Let's go.
They had a bulletproof vest on with the jacket, with the police on both sides, front and back.
Anthony just hopes the suspects are caught, because if they're willing to kill over this pile of old cash, who knows what else they'll do.
That wasn't even called for. He didn't have to do all that. Once he found out it wasn't real, he should have just left.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case, but as always, anyone with information on this shooting can contact either IMPD or Crime Stoppers.
He said, man, when he found out there wasn't no money, he should have just left. What you gonna do that to me for, man? I'm bullshitting. I'm just trying to tell you I wasn't no bum. I'm trying to show some love. Just pray for him, because guess what? It could have been so much worse, and God had his hands on him. Pray for him immediately, Lord, and hopefully he comes out with 100% recovery, and let him get money like that, because he deserves it after all of that. God bless. Let's keep moving. It's funny, because I was watching my buddy's Facebook the other day. He's from Indiana. He put a post up. He said, I don't know what all these sheriff cars is doing over here. Guarantee when I ask you, and I ask him later, he gonna say that was on his block. I guarantee you, because it's too much, too close. Let's get on over to this ex-Ohio State player who's charged with his girlfriend's, yes, after the body was found in Tennessee. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen, get those likes up. We got more to get into.
Began as a routine call for deputies, ended in tragedy inside of a home just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Investigators finding a woman unresponsive. Her boyfriend, former Buckeye and NFL linebacker Darren Lee, still at the scene and taken into custody. He's now charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Lee's story once looked very different. From New Albany High School to Ohio State, he became a defensive star, helping lead the Buckeyes to a Sugar Bowl victory in 2015. Drafted in the first round by the New York Jets in 2016, he played for several NFL teams, including a Super Bowl winning squad. But off the field, Lee's life was troubled. Arrests for domestic violence and assault stretch back to 2014, involving multiple women. In 2023, he faced probation after pleading guilty to attempted assault on a female relative in Dublin. Now, the most serious allegation yet, the death of his girlfriend, has stunned his hometown and raised urgent questions about a pattern of violence. Once celebrated for his talent and promise on the field, Darren Lee's life has taken a dark turn, from football star to murder suspect, leaving a community grappling with shock and disbelief.
Thank you for watching the ABC6 News.
Now let's get on over to Thiefy. But yeah, definitely can't forget about the girlfriend who lost her life by dealing with this person. Also, I'm praying for everybody who ever came across him, because it seems like he's been doing this for a certain amount of time, and he built up to getting to this point. Want to just pray for everybody and make sure that they know that they're in God's hands now, and I hope that he's taking care of everything here with their family and trying to make them be able to get through this tragic event. Amen. Just sometimes there's some of these players that they just snap, or they just always have it in them, because it seemed like that was graduating with this particular person. Like it was getting gradually to that point right there. So sad. Yeah, I'm so sad about that one. Let's get on over to Cranston. Anybody know what Cranston is? That where this woman is charged with multiple retail thefts. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they cracking down on all of this stuff. I know y'all better, if y'all out there stealing and starting to shoplift, they're not playing with this stuff no more.
In other news tonight, a retail theft arrest. Police say a Cranston woman swiped thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from retailers, including Victoria's Secret, and she's accused of driving across state lines to do it. The night team's Mike Cerullo is in the studio to break it all down. Mike?
Well, Patrice, this isn't exactly your typical case of sticky fingers. Police say the suspect was organized, used rental cars and specific tools to get around store security systems. She made off with at least $30,000 worth of goods.
A case like this required a lot of patience.
That patient police work paid off. Look here. Sprawled across this table, you can see some of what Cranston police say 54-year-old Lisa Robertson stole.
We recovered approximately $30,000.
You 54 out there stealing clothes. You serious? That's worse than Smokey Action Craig. How you get fired on your day off? You stealing boxes?
Suspected stolen merchandise.
She's accused of hitting dozens of stores.
Mostly around the Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire area.
Because nobody thinks she's doing it, because she tried to wear the glasses like, oh, it's not me. I'm just saying, coming through here to shop. You guys, how everybody doing? Meanwhile, she out here like this. When she gets to the block, she on the block like this. My name is Linda. And if I ain't got it, there ain't in there. Now you might want some towels or real louses, but on this side, I got some blouses. And if you think it's a pity and you like to run the city and you need a little coverage for your titties, here's the bra. She was out there getting busy, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah. Using advanced tools like this bag that police say prevents store scanners from going off to steal more than 200 clothing items over the past year. Police say her prime target seemed to be
Victoria's Secret.
So she had the bag that was lined so that whatever she threw in there wouldn't make the alarm go off. Oh, she had it down packed, y'all.
Pocket a whole bunch of merchandise and make her way out of the store and head back to her island.
I stopped by her last known address, a multi-unit building in Cranston.
Just looking for Lisa?
Yeah, she's traveling and stealing over and over. Yeah.
A neighbor off camera told us she saw officers at the home last week. It's the latest case of organized retail crime to rock the region.
Show me your hands right now.
Cranston police arrested this man last year in connection to an alleged shoplifting ring that targeted Garden City Center.
Retail theft is a huge problem nationwide.
Ken Gray is a retired FBI special agent.
I remember when JJ went inside the spot, and Lenny was like, "This is my spot. You better get up out of here. I'm working this one, man." Oh man, we got to get on over to Menifee, Los Angeles. We got an unlicensed 15-year-old driver who hits a motorcycle driver during a student walkout in Menifee. I guess I'm saying it right. Where that's at, y'all? Where's Menifee at? Okay.
Southern California walked out of class today to protest ICE raids. They were also protesting the deadly shootings of 2 U.S. citizens by immigration agents in Minneapolis.
I'm okay with the protesting like that. How come people can't protest like the kids, minus the car accident?
Mike Rogers, at one of those walkouts in Menifee, a teen was hit by a car in front of other kids.
A teen hit by a teen in a car, and that driver of that car was unlicensed at the time this all went down. The whole thing caught on cell phone video. Take a look at it. We were able to obtain this video out in the Menifee area. Watch here. That silver car hits that motorcyclist. Now, we blurred the motorcyclist because he flies through the air, but look, he pops right back up. Eventually, he does go back down to the ground. People come to his aid. I want to let you know that the Menifee Police Department says the guy is okay. Now, the 18-year-old on the motorcycle was not connected to the school, just was trying to drive by it, or ride by it, rather, as all of those students were protesting. There's about 200 kids just before 10 a.m. this morning. Now, what we have learned about the driver, though, is that driver was a 15-year-old who was unlicensed and had other kids in the car. Now, the Menifee Police Department says the unlicensed 15-year-old was attempting to find parking, they say, to join the walkout in the protest that was happening. They say that's when that collision occurred. Again, the motorcyclist, even though he did go back down after popping up, is okay tonight, according to the Menifee Police Department. They say they are continuing to investigate this crash. It's unclear what the status of the driver is, if he was ticketed, arrested, or what have you. They do say, though, they do not believe drugs or alcohol was a factor, just that unlicensed 15-year-old driving the car.
Yeah, well, the kids out there protesting, they left school early, so luckily that's the only thing that did happen. Luckily. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, you guys. I really would appreciate it. Gets more people over here. Also, do your boy a favor, hit that like button, hit that notification button down there also, so that you know we're on. If you have not become a member, what are you waiting for? You can subscribe to the channel. I think it's what, $2.99 a month? Pretty cheap. I try to keep it low. Let's keep on moving forward right now. We got Judge Speeding Gonzalez. I thought it was Speedy Gonzalez when I saw it, but no, we got it right. Judge Gonzalez has been suspended and basically not even going to get paid. Oh, for judicial conduct? Should there be other people that look into their cases? Because it seems like this has been going on for a while, you guys, and this is not the only judge that we're starting to see a lot of things happening. Guess what? I guess the judges aren't perfect either. And don't that sound about right? Because nobody is.
And we begin this Thursday with breaking news. 1 week after being indicted, County Court Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez has been suspended. An order came down today from the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. And KSAT Investigates Dylan Collier has been following this story. He's been on it since the very, very beginning. And I'm just wondering if this surprised you in any way coming down today.
Ernie, I'm surprised it took this long. We've had some case precedents recently in other counties in our viewing area. Usually the suspension without pay comes within a day or two. This order comes on the heels of Speedlin Gonzalez being charged with felony unlawful restraint and misdemeanor 2024 altercation with a defense attorney she had handcuffed in court. The order was made public this afternoon and is very direct. Speedlin Gonzalez is suspended without pay and is barred from her court until the charges are dismissed, she's acquitted, or the commission issues a follow-up order. Done. No official plans have been announced on how cases assigned to County Court 13 or the Reflejo Specialty Court will be handled. It's likely a visiting judge will sit on the bench for the time being. In some cases, could be farmed out to other misdemeanor courtrooms.
It seems like she was probably going too hard with her jurisdiction. With great power comes great responsibility. That doesn't mean that you overuse your power on anybody. Never. or abuse people.
Speedlin Gonzalez is on the March 3rd ballot seeking re-election. Neither she or her criminal defense attorney responded to requests for comment on the suspension order.
Yeah, well, you got to deal with that first before you can think about running again, because you're already suspended. I don't know if you can run while you're suspended. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen. We're trying to get you as much information as possible for this Monday morning to get you out here right. That's right. We got this forgotten medicine that I want you guys to know about. You know, we always got a segment now where it has to do with something to do with health or with something that can help you out. Let's get on into this situation and this clip right here with this forgotten medicine. Guess what it's made of? It's derived of something that we love and that's beautiful and makes you want to smile, and it smells so good. That's right, you guys, plants and flowers that will heal you instantly. Did you know that there was a plant that soldiers used to take on the field with them, and they used to call it like the survival plant, and they used to use it for scars and things like that? Check this out, you guys. We're going to get into some great health benefits of plants and flowers right now. Let's see if we can get into this real quick. Let's go.
What if I told you that some of the most powerful medicines you could possibly use are growing wild in ditches, abandoned lots, and maybe even your own backyard? Plants that our grandparents knew by heart, that healed soldiers on battlefields, that got people through centuries without hospitals or pharmacies. Most people don't know this. But while we're all running to the drugstore for every cut, cough, and ache, there are plants out there that have been healing humans for thousands of years. Plants with actual clinical evidence backing them up. And
you're like, he breaking something up right there. Look, somebody said marijuana. Yeah, I know.
Today, I'm going to show you 20 of them that will change the way you think about natural healing forever. Stick around, because number 17 on this list has been used for over 2,000 years, and modern science just confirmed it.
Now we're looking at homestead roots. Homestead roots. Homestead roots is the channel. Homestead roots. 20 forgotten medicinal plants that will heal you instantly. Of course, we can't watch the whole thing, but I love to give you guys something to watch later. What is it called again? It's the 20 forgotten medicinal plants that will heal you instantly. And the name of the channel is the Homestead Roots. We show love over here, you guys.
It works against antibiotic-resistant bacteria. And number 20 is so powerful that it was literally the original aspirin, before aspirin even existed. And it's probably growing in a ditch near you right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, y'all can do that too.
New videos
y'all can do
every
that here.
week that'll save you money, empower you to take charge of your health. So let's get into it. Here are 20 forgotten medical plants.
Whoa.
Oh, bitch.
What's that? I just put the buttoning out from base 44.
Let's cam a little bit of dough, and we out. Come on, let's go. We out. Let's go. Come on, Verizon, it's on you. We looking for the 20 plants. Are you serious? You're not gonna give us son of a motherfucking? All right, so I guess we got to do this. Sorry, you guys.
So rich in vitamins, antioxidants.
Oh yeah, you did that when I started it again. You're gonna let it go, okay?
And omega fatty acids that Russian cosmonauts used sea buckthorn oil in space to protect against radiation damage. Recent human studies, emergency room in your backyard. Simple calendula salve by infusing the dried flowers in oil.
I'm
and
sorry,
you've got
guys.
something that'll heal.
I'm sorry. I had to go
plants
back.
with actual clinical evidence backing them up. And today, affirmed, it works against antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
Here we go.
And number 20 is so powerful that it was literally the original aspirin, before aspirin even existed. And it's probably growing in a ditch near you right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we post new videos every week that'll save you money, empower you to take charge of your health. So let's get into it. Here are 20 forgotten medical plants that will heal you instantly, ranked from impressive to absolutely incredible. Number 1, calendula. Let's start with calendula, also called pot marigold. And this bright orange flower has one of the most battle-tested reputations in herbal medicine. Medieval soldiers carried calendula flowers into war, specifically for treating cuts and wounds on the battlefield. They called it the war flower because when you had nothing else, no surgeon, no antibiotics, no sterile equipment, calendula could keep a wound from getting infected and help it heal clean. Calendula officinalis grows easily in almost any garden, producing cheerful orange and yellow flowers from spring through frost. But those pretty flowers are medical powerhouses. Modern clinical trials have proven what medieval warriors knew. Calendula extracts speed wound healing, including burns and surgical wounds. Studies show it promotes tissue repair and reduces inflammation. Here's why it works. The flowers are packed with compounds called triterpenoids and flavonoids that have genuine anti-inflammatory
Cactus
and
pear.
antimicrobial properties.
Hassan.
You can make a simple calendula salve by infusing the dried flowers in oil, and you've got something that'll heal minor cuts, scrapes, burns, and inflamed skin faster than leaving them alone.
We're gonna take
The
some more.
reason calendula got forgotten is simple. Pharmaceutical companies can't patent a flower, but for anyone who wants safe, effective wound care without a prescription, calendula is still waiting in gardens everywhere. Think of it as the emergency room in your backyard that's been there all along, just waiting for you to remember it exists. Number 2, sea buckthorn, the Himalayan skin healer. Sea buckthorn might be the ultimate forgotten superfood medicine. This spiny shrub with bright orange berries has been used in Tibetan, Russian, and Chinese traditional medicine for centuries, specifically for healing skin and mucous membranes. And modern science has caught up in a big way. Hippophae rhamnoids produces berries so rich in vitamins, antioxidants, and omega fatty acids that Russian cosmonauts used sea buckthorn oil in space to protect against radiation damage. Recent human studies show that sea buckthorn oil can improve skin barrier function, speed wound healing, and help with dry, inflamed mucous membranes. Everything from dry eyes to inflamed tissue. Here's what makes it special. The oil from both the berries and seeds contains a rare omega-7 fatty acid that supports mucous membrane health throughout your entire body, air system, in a berry that thrives where almost nothing else will grow. Number 3, comfrey, the bone knitter. Comfrey has one of the most descriptive folk names in all of herbal medicine, knit bone. For centuries, people used comfrey root and leaves externally on broken bones, sprains, bruises, and torn tissue, and they swore it made healing happen faster. Turns out they were absolutely right. Symphytum officinale contains a compound called allantoin that promotes cell proliferation, literally encouraging your cells to multiply and repair damaged tissue faster. Multiple modern clinical trials have proven that topical comfrey root extract significantly reduces pain and improves function in back pain. It tells your body to knit itself back together faster than it would on its own. Number 4, mullein, the lung cleaner. Mullein is that tall plant with fuzzy leaves and a spike of yellow flowers that you've probably seen growing in vacant lots and along roadsides. And for hundreds of years, it was the go-to remedy for any kind of lung congestion, coughs,
Jesus
bronchitis, asthma, chest colds with thick mucus. Verbascum species were used so commonly for respiratory problems that herbalists called it the lung's best friend, working exactly the way it has for centuries. It's like having a maintenance crew for your lungs that's been on call this whole time, just waiting for you to remember to ask for help. Number 5, plantain weed, the trailside first aid kit. This is the plant that literally everyone has walked past 1,000 times and never noticed. Plantain weed, not the banana-like fruit, but the low-growing weed with oval leaves and thin flower spikes, grows in lawns, trails, and disturbed soil everywhere, and it's one of the most reliable first aid plants on Earth. Plantago major was called white man's footprint by Native Americans because it seemed to grow everywhere European settlers walked. But they quickly learned that this humble weed could treat cuts, burns, insect bites, and infections better than almost anything else.
That's right, you guys. You know what we do here? 20 forgotten medicinal plants that will heal you instantly. I know you want all 20. You got to go get them. That's right. I'm not going to click through all of them and do that. You got to go get them. Normally, I would put them in the description, but I'm going to be honest with you. I did not put them in there. From now on, when we do this, you're going to always be able to go to the description to see what the listings are on that said issue and then a link back. But today, we don't have it. But I'm going to tell you, verbally, 20 forgotten medicinal plants that will heal you instantly. And the name of the site is the Homestead Roots. over here trying to make sure that we all live longer, we get good information for ourselves as well, not just talking it. We got to live it and really be about it, you guys. Just double tap that screen and get those likes up. Hopefully you appreciate the content that you're getting here that we do every single day. That's right, you guys. Let's get on over to Wisconsin. Got a situation at these Burger Kings where these franchises are under scrutiny over labor laws. They keep on hiring kids that are underage. I don't understand what's going on with them, but this is crazy.
Since cracking down on an employer, it says, had the largest number of child labor violations in modern state history.
Jason Calvi is live at one of those restaurants. Jason, what exactly are these allegations?
Well, Ashley, the state of Wisconsin says Burger Kings like this one broke state child labor laws. This Burger King on the northwest side of Milwaukee was not alone. In total, statewide, the state says there were 1,600 violations. Wisconsin says one company broke child labor laws with 600 kids.
It was still shocking even to our investigators.
The target? Cave Enterprises. It owns dozens of Burger Kings around Milwaukee and about 100 across the state.
This is the largest case that we have seen of youth working violations in modern history. We have quite honestly not seen anything to the depth and breadth of what this audit uncovered.
The Department of Workforce Development says that audit started after 33 complaints. It reviewed records from 2023 through January 2025 for all of Cave's 100-plus BK locations in Wisconsin. The department says the Burger King on South 27th Street had 16 minors working without a permit and 32 violations for missing meals or breaks. The Milwaukee BK on Lisbon is now closed. The state says it had 11 kids here working without a permit.
Youth work protections exist for a reason. We want our kids in Wisconsin to first and foremost be kids, right? Kids go to school, they have obligations in terms of homework and after school extracurricular activities.
In total, the state says it found 84%, that's 593 of its employees aged 14 and 15, began work without a child labor permit. And 45%, or 627 minors, worked at least one shift of 6 or more hours without the required documented break. It also says the company failed to pay 67 minors for overtime. The state tells Cave it has 20 days to pay back pay, penalty wages, and penalties. That's $237,000 for the child workers and a penalty to the state of $828,000.
They hit them hard, boy. You can't be messing around here with them 820 something. They got over $1 million that they gotta pay. Oh man, that's what they get. Good for them. I hope them kids get their money too. Let's keep on moving forward because we got a situation where we got it. This one I don't like. I don't even want to report it, but we got to do it. I think it happened because of carbon monoxide poisoning. 3 disabled individuals are no longer with us. After being left in the vehicle, the car was left running inside of a garage. I mean, what do you expect? I don't understand, and I'm hoping that this person, I'm sorry to say it, you guys, this person I think needs to be brought up on charges after this situation happened right here.
Truly an awful situation here at an apartment complex in West Valley City. Police say 3 people were brought here by a transportation company driver, left for about an hour and a half, and when he came back, they had passed away.
So instead of him dropping them off, he brought them to his house so he could have lunch at his house and left them inside the accessoride or whatever van he's driving outside. He think he doing them a favor by leaving the gas running.
Such a tragedy.
Around 2 Friday afternoon, police and fire arrived to 3 people who were not breathing. West Valley City spokesperson Sam Johnson said a driver who worked for a transportation company for disabled adults picked 3 adult men up who lived at 3 different assisted living facilities.
Around lunchtime, the employee stopped at his own home here and went inside. The employee left the 3 men he was transporting inside of the parked vehicle with the engine running. The employee reports returning to the vehicle 1 to 2 hours later, at which time he found all 3 men in the vehicle deceased. The deceased men were all adults.
The transportation van was parked in the garage. We don't know if it was open or closed. We also don't know which company the driver worked for or have any other details about that person or about the other 3 men who died. Sam said there was no danger to anyone else.
We do not have any other information in that except that the car was running, and that would be the source of the carbon monoxide.
Yeah, I think he needs to be charged in this situation here. No, oh, you went inside to have lunch? Well, guess what? Have this on you too. One size fits all. Watch your head, and while you're looking around, think about what you did. Yeah, that's what I think he deserved. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, that's right, it's Monday morning. I'm trying to load you guys up with as much information as possible before y'all gotta get out of here. So do your boy a favor. Can you hit that like button if you appreciate the content? Subscribe to the channel already. Become a member. Hit that notification bell down there so that you know we're on. And yeah, I ain't saying that we don't accept tips. We definitely do. Let's keep on moving forward. We got the best moments of a free solo skyscraper climbing right now. Phenomenal. Something I would never do, but I don't know. If somebody said, I give you $10 million to climb this building, would you do it? I don't know. I still wouldn't try to do it. I'm gonna just put it like this. He's got more hanging on than I do, because I'm never gonna do nothing like this. We talked about it, and they said that they showed it on Netflix.
See up there?
We got the small clip of it, him actually doing it. This fool is about to climb a 101-story building. Now you may have seen
Bit of a
this
showman
already.
in him, huh? A bit of a showman in him. I think he's been hanging out with me too much.
I must admit, it does ease my nerves a bit to
Ain't
see that
no way in the
smile.
world.
So he's having a good time. From the corner, and
It's
he
called
has to
skyscraping
get on
something.
top of it. So he has to lean out, rely on his arms,
Dude,
throw his leg up.
just put your other hand on the
All the
thing.
way to
Put
the
your
top,
other-
coach.
Why is he's just one arm in it?
He's shaking his hands. He's resting a little bit. He's putting chalk on his hands. That's going to absorb the sweat.
Yeah, it was on pay-per-view. I didn't get to
Just
see
going
it.
climbing.
Yeah, just
A
go
week ago,
climbing.
yes. I didn't get to see it.
That's amazing.
Can you just take a step back? You're making me nervous, man. Can you just like?
Oh, yeah,
Can
yeah,
you just
okay.
say yeah?
I'll go ahead and get back on the building and start just holding on.
Freaking me out.
All right, see you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna keep
All
cruising.
right.
And yes, I'm gonna say this person really want to get this out. This was a week ago on Netflix. Okay, you said it. You're right. But we want to see it too.
Climb.
Yeah, I mean, I know Mark was excited being up there. Oh no.
Emily, no! Why?
And he learned this from his mother.
He's done it!
Now climb your fool ass down.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh, I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Liberty. Working hard. Happy Monday. Thank you. Everybody show Liberty some love for the super chat.
Yay. So great.
Now, how many of y'all would have did that to the top up there for? And I'm a good guy. I like to give a lot of money. I like to make sure people get a good amount of money. For $10 million, how many people in the chat would have tried it? I want to know. Show me a thumbs up. If you would have tried it for 10 million, thumbs up. Thumbs down if you would not have tried it. But $10 million, thumbs up. Who's that? Red Dog? Red Dog says, oh no, right? I know, right? Love my fam, but thumbs up. Not me. I'm in, says Coach. 100 million, thank you, Liberty. I could not get up to 3 stories, says Cricket. Yo, Cricket, you scared of heights too? Thumbs down, says Danielle. Thumbs down. Wait a minute. E-Meek says, yeah, thumbs up. We got Legos like up. Okay, hell no, says Meta. We got no with the glove. Hell yeah. Red said no. We got a bunch of nope. Nope. Christian said nope. Nikki said no. Not that, man. I try, but ADH. EVE says zero fucking way. ME Maker says automatic. Okay, let's keep on moving forward to California, Van Nuys. We got this water from a broken fire hydrant that sent these old folks on a real wishing well today, boy. I'm talking about, I love the spirit that they had when it happened to them. They wasn't angry about it. And you know what? When you get to a certain age, you gotta try to find happiness in everything. These old people hit a fire hydrant and it literally was on top of the water like this, just chilling with the airbags out. Crazy. Watch this, y'all. Let's get on over to Van Nuys.
New at 4, a car crashed into a fire hydrant in Van Nuys, causing, as you can see, quite a mess. The water's so powerful here, it actually kept that car lifted. The location is Roscoe and Ventura Canyon Avenue. An older couple was sitting in the front seat. In new surveillance video, you can see their car hit by a second car, which caused them to swerve into the hydrant. Then the water began to flow and actually sort of lifted that car.
I'd have been up under the water like.
We were going south and we were hit by someone going to the east.
What did it feel like, or what did you see?
A few stars, then I saw water.
Police and firefighters arrived on scene to turn off that water. Fortunately, no one was hurt. New at 4.
Now you tell me that they didn't have a good spirit. He said, what did you see? He said a few stars and then a bunch of water. He said, I know Mexicans that use commercial scissor lifts that would have said, hell no. Not on that building. It was round. I'm not doing that. South Florida genius recognized for his scientific research. You'll be blown away once you see what he does. That's right, you guys. We're not playing over here today. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I want you guys to see some genius at work.
I want to tell you about a local social media influencer who's getting a lot of likes.
Not influencer, genius.
For his scientific research. He's using the Everglades as his backdrop, but his personal style is front and center as he breaks the mold in the world of microbiology. NBC6's Guamay Martin tells us his story.
This national park, it's a major hub for research here in Florida, but there are still many mysteries within its ecosystem, something that this unconventional scientist is trying to uncover.
I feel like you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, because you never truly know like what someone is doing or who they are. Thank you. I think what makes me stand out is my personal style, me just being myself and not conforming to the standard of a scientist.
Jordan King is committed to science, and what Flock can tell us about the changes in the Everglades over time due to human intervention, such as freshwater restoration.
So Flock is looser and swell is more compact.
But what's Flock?
The flock is what helps to form the sediment. So without flock, then there's no sediment, and if there's no sediment, that means that plants can't grow because plants need soil and sediment to grow. Without plants, animals don't have anything to eat or like inhabit, and then they don't have anything to eat, then the ecosystem becomes like a whole mess.
How many of these have you collected over the years?
Over the years?
Or across just your research in general?
Definitely over 200.
His dedication has earned him a master's degree from Florida International University.
I reached out to about 40 professors before I got a yes. I only heard back from like 2 people. Everyone else didn't have funding.
And he just needed that one professor to jumpstart his research.
I worked with John Kamenowski,
which he now shares on social media.
I just got bored one day and just started posting videos because I thought my research was cool and people might find it cool, and then it just kind of took off from there. An iguana, and we also got a Cuban nightingale.
And whether he's bringing awareness to invasive species,
retweet some of their papers,
giving grad school advice, or collecting flock samples, one thing is clear. Jordan's fascination with the field.
You're just kind of like inspiring people and kind of pushing them to like get involved in science if they're interested.
Jordan says that looking ahead, he would love to do more of his own research, even exploring places like the Amazon, and he would love to continue sharing that journey with his community on social media. I'm Guamay Martel, NBC6.
Not following nobody. He don't even give a damn about his hat. He don't got no fitted hat on, following everybody else. He got foliage on his head. And you know what that'll be? That's the type of stuff that we gotta give our children. You gotta inspire the children. You gotta feed stuff like that. His parent, his mother, I can imagine his mother and father, how smart they are and how much they gave into him for him to be that type of child. I think I want to pray for him, and I want to thank God for having the blessing of being able to even see somebody like that. I would hope for and pray for nothing but greatness out of this young man, because what he's going to do is going to help us and the world overall. And I pray for all other children and people that's coming together and getting their stuff together just like this, for more support and for more financial help to try to get them out there and really make their missions happen and come together. Amen. That's right. We don't just pray for the bad. We pray for the good. Good stories too. That's right, y'all. Let's get on over to this 2-year-old. That's right. Y'all, I don't know if you guys got any money on it or whatever like that, but anybody want to play some pool? Anybody think they're good at pool? All right, let's bet $10 right now. I got a guy. I'm gonna put $10 on my guy against you. Now at the end of this, if I win, I want my $10 now. I'm not playing now. We're gonna go you against this guy right here. Okay? And I'm gonna give you a heads up. This guy I got, he's only 2 years old. What? Don't laugh because he's only 2 years old. He's a genius. I'm telling you right now. And I want my $10 too for whoever gonna go up against him. Come on, let's go. Who we got? Who we got that's gonna go against this little tyke right here?
Meet the youngest snooker record holder the sport has ever seen. This is Jude Owens from the UK, a young snooker fan who's already showing an incredible natural ability.
Jude first hit a snooker ball when he was 2.5, but recently I did find a video of him hitting a pool ball just before his 2nd birthday.
At just 2 years and 261 days old, Jude became the youngest person ever to make a snooker double pot.
Have my money ready after the game. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go sit down over here. But have my money ready after the game.
Manchester, United Kingdom, on the 1st of September 2025. Yes, just 2 years old. Jude was introduced to snooker and pool by his dad, Luke, who gave him a mini snooker table to play on.
That was a 2-cushion shot, if you guys don't know what it's called.
And it quickly became clear that Jude had something special. After mastering the smaller table, he was introduced to full adult-sized tables, and he adapted with ease, apart from needing a stool to reach the table.
I'd like to think it's in the genes, but obviously Jude started a lot younger.
Got somebody in the comments says that he understands geometry at his age.
Than me. I started playing when I was 10. And obviously Jude started playing when he was 2, but I'd say Jude's got a lot more natural ability than myself.
Jude is already demonstrating techniques that many experienced players spend years developing, including floating bridge shots and potting using the rest. But Jude's development hasn't stopped there. On the 12th of October 2025, at just 2 years and 302 days old, he became the youngest person ever to make a pool bank shot, once again in Manchester.
Jude's achieved quite a lot in such a short space of time, but for me to achieve not just 1 but 2 world records, it's probably the pinnacle moment. Like, how do you even beat that in life?
His talent has already earned special recognition. Jude was given a special walkout entrance at the 2025 UK Snooker Championship, and he's now the youngest known person ever to receive a snooker sponsorship.
Recently we had a trip to York and we met up with Kyron Wilson and John Parrott, and that was the first time they'd seen him in the flesh. And a few of his shots were really impressive, they said. He's also met Jimmy White. Jimmy White done a little video to say that he's a big fan, and he's looked at a lot of his videos and he's really impressed.
Away from the table, Jude enjoys watching the Octonauts, supports Manchester United, and finishes his day with a 6:15 p.m. bedtime.
Yeah, man, 2-year-olds. That just goes to show you what you put inside of the kids. They're like sponges. I got somebody in the comments that's saying that. We got somebody in the comments that's basically saying that I can't believe that he understands geometry at this sort of age. Yeah, but you never know. When people put themselves into you, when you get somebody that actually cares about you and put themselves into you, you never know what you're gonna get out of it, you guys. You never know. And that's the main thing, that L word. His father loves him, spends time with him, dedicated that to him. And how the hell is he so good? Now give me my $10. That's right, whoever thought that they could beat him, send me my $10 right now. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because this is a funny situation here. What if you have like one of these very expensive cameras and you wind up going on a trail somewhere, you decide you want to take some video of the dogs because you like taking videos of dogs, especially the ones that are in those trails when they got the long thing and it's like, got the sleigh with all the dogs on it. But sadly, this one lady lost her camera. You wouldn't believe the footage that she found when she went back. You're not going to believe this. Yes, check this out. When she went back, she found out that the dog stole her camera and he hit record.
Something strange recently happened to reporters from the Associated Press on assignment in Greenland. AP journalist Emma Burrows explains.
We were filming with dog sledders in Greenland in the Arctic Circle when we realised that one of our cameras had gone missing. And Zhenya, AP's photographer, and I racked our brains, we looked high and low, and we couldn't find it. And then we both independently concluded that a dog had probably taken it. So we went back in the pitch black to the site where the dogs were to search, and we thought that we would have absolutely no luck whatsoever. We were there with torches, with iPhone lights, in the freezing cold, looking for this 360-degree camera.
360 cameras aren't cheap, by the way. This one costs $700, so they were eager to find it.
We thought it was going to be impossible. But then I saw some dogs running away from the point where we both thought we'd last seen the camera lying on the floor. So I decided to follow them. And there, amazingly, on the ground, was lying the 360-degree camera. And what's even more amazing is that the dog had hit record.
That's right, the naughty canine was taking selfies. Or do we call them doggies?
That's what this is right now. That's the dog running with the camera in his mouth. And you can see his eye right there.
In any event, the dog's footage is unlikely to win a Pulitzer.
In the footage, you can see the dog basically using Zhenya's $700 camera as a very expensive chew toy. It's chewing the camera and then it picks it up and runs with it and hides underneath a sled. What's great though is that it came out from under the sled with the camera, otherwise we would never have found it again.
This is Inside Edition Digital.
Yo, that was crazy, yo. So the dog ran around and made his own footage. That's gotta be some of the craziest stuff that I ever seen right there, you guys. I can't even front. And you know we gotta show the last thing. Yeah, I wanna show you guys the progress, even when he makes a mistake and he falls over. Because sometimes he gets excited. Sometimes he doesn't know his own strength. And now he is walking with all 4 legs. But sometimes he has a little bit of mistakes. Yeah, we're talking about Lynn and Nova. And even when he makes a mistake, we still love him. Here go Nova right here, you guys. Nova done turned over his chair.
Nova done had just about enough of this chair. Nova! What you did? Lord. I'm walking in this boy upside down. Oh! How did you get like this? Oh my God. Hold on.
I got a feeling he's like, Miss, could you put the damn camera down and come help me, please? You and this camera. I'm a dog. I don't know what that thing is that you keep on pointing at me is. But if y'all try to make some money, hit that link in the description and you'll be able to make up to $840. That's right, you guys. How? Because I leave surveys inside of the links in the description. and you go fill out a survey, you got a chance to making some money. Up to, that's right, $840 because there's 2 surveys in there. You'll make some money, I'll make some money too. Also, you're trying to promote a business. You might be a lawyer, might be a traveling salesperson. I don't know what you're doing, but you know what? We want to help you get your business out there. How can we do that? Because we almost have 70,000 subscribers. And that means that if you give us your promo, we'll put them in the post notification area and all of our subscribers will be able to see your promo and possibly get you more business. And you know what I want you to do right now before it's over and it's too late? You have not become a member. What are you waiting for? Have not subscribed? Come on now. Double tap that screen and hit those likes. And guess what we got coming up? That's right, you guys, because I've already made some confirmations for Brooklyn. That's right. We're doing the Show Your Talent search in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. That's myself, BOOGOTTINYC, and my DJ. That's right, DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew, also executive producing television shows now. We're so proud of her. We got locations coming up in Brooklyn. That's right, Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island for our talent show, where you can make $250 on the spot. Boom! Or if you want, you can go live from another state if you can't make it to New York, and we'll press the button, and whoever wins, again, boom, $250. After we get everybody together, that's right, we're gonna find one person that's gonna win that 1,000. We've been trying to hold on to this for a while, you guys. Everything else has been coming together, but we gotta get those people together because we gotta get those winnings out. I wanna share with people and see what we can do when it comes down to the talent. I like to see your talent. That's why we opened up the internet so that you could press the button and let us see you virtually sing, dance, do whatever. We'll cash app you the money. We just wanna see what you got going on. So all you gotta do to be a part of the show is go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's www.drinkbigdrip.com. Or scan the QR code. It'll take you to the first page of the website. Then what you do is, all you gotta do is put your email address in. We're gonna keep you up to date on locations and where we're gonna be at. Once this weather breaks, we out there. We've been doing our thing since last year, the end of the year, and now we're gonna pick up right where we left off and get these talent shows going. We did a location in the Bronx, couple in Queens, didn't find anybody that was good enough. So guess what? We're doing a revamp and we're bringing it all back again for everybody to get a second chance. And you know what we gotta do right now, right? Because it's Monday, it's cold out there in some places, and we gotta make sure that we're covered. What we gotta do right now? Gotta make sure we get those prayers up. Wanna make sure we get those prayers up for all of us to make sure that we have security, make sure that we have good health. I wanna pray for your family as well as you, and can't forget about our furry friends, our animals. That's right, you guys. Who we praying for this morning? Miss Swanza, Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno, Batty Lynn. That's right, Batty Lynn. I see you, Jordan, Jay Cricket. Who said they get paid Friday? I understand. Miss Swanza, Ron Sinclair, also Casey. How you doing, my brother? Can't forget Batty Lynn, Catwalk, Winter, good work today. I appreciate going back and forth with you. I love when people interact. It makes me feel good. Audrey, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. And Zion, I hope you had a fantastic day. You got to make sure that we pray and make sure, because you can't get it right without the man upstairs. I see you, Adrian. I see you there. I see you, Adri. I hope I said it right. Audrey. And then you can't forget Jocelyn. I see Nikki. Terry up in church, 3487, Juria, Miss Swanza, Patrick, Nick, AJV86, amen. That's right, you guys, and y'all know how we get down over here. We don't play around when it comes down to these prayers, because none of us will be able to be where we are without them, and we want him to know that every single day, amen. And with that being said, tomorrow's Tuesday. Where do you think I'm gonna be at? Right here, 6 o'clock in the morning till 8. Doing it all over again, bringing you guys trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Hope you guys had a fantastic day, because you know what I'm about to say right now, right? Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me on Our Bottom Line, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, get 'em! Peace.